Hi everyone, welcome to another quick 10-minute walking routine. We're gonna try to get something like 1,000 steps. Sometimes I say 10,000 steps, that's not happening in 10 minutes. I do have a ball to coax Scout into action so that he could get his steps, but for us, what we're gonna do is, go ahead, go get it. Show him your tricks. He's gonna play for the Red Sox one day. What we're gonna do today is I have a light pair of weights, okay? So just a pair of light weights right here. We're gonna hold on to them, okay? And I'm gonna tell you what I want you to do with it. If you don't have any weights, that doesn't mean that you can't do this activity. I'm gonna tell us whether we're holding it over our head when we walk. We might be holding it right down here. We might be holding it here. We might be doing some kind of combination of those things. So either way, you're gonna get your steps in. We're gonna go for 10 minutes. So I'm just gonna, Scout's getting his ball again. He's probably off camera. Good job, buddy. We're gonna get this indoor walk all set up. So we usually get about something like a quarter of a mile in. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and get into it, walking forward, backwards. Make sure you have some space. We're gonna start right down here and I'm gonna go backwards for a few steps. No one can see you on camera, Scout. At least I don't think. Maybe they can. I can't see this. But you are walking with me forward and backwards. So, Scout, you want to tell them what you've been up to today? No? All right, I'll tell them. That's fine. So what did Scout and I do today? Well, we did a quick lift, didn't we? Yeah, we did about a 30-minute lift today. And then what did we do? We drove to see Ashley at work. Ashley is my fiance. Drove to see her at work, brought her lunch, she's a nurse. Then we went back to the house, right? Let's hold these up at 90 degrees, here we go, you're doing great. Went back to the house, cleaned up, read a little bit of research. Actually, we finished. This is the most boring thing ever. No one's gonna be interested in me talking about this, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Let's bring it right back down. I'm helping another researcher go over all of these papers on sedentary behavior, but it's not the fun stuff of reading research so much as it is bias checking. So we gotta check our research articles to make sure that they don't have bias when reporting. So it's a systematic review. We look at 50 different studies and rank their biases. I know. I'm hoping you're still walking with me. You didn't fall asleep from that. Let's keep our hands over our head. So Scout didn't help with that, but he slept when we were doing that. So he enjoyed that. And then we tidied up the house a little bit, got dinner all prepared for me and Ashley. It's kebabs. This one I think is the hardest one. Try to keep your arms nice and straight. We're almost there. Let's bring it back down. Let's see where we're at on time. Wow, we're a little bit more than a minute in. I think we started at about the 30-second mark. I'm gonna try to get us going for close to at least 0.2 miles on this. And then we just wrapped up some training videos for September. I gotta get those done. We have a week-long trip to Spain. Scout, you're staying with Ashley's parents, so you're not allowed in Spain. That'd be hard. And let's hold them up at 90 degrees. I did just recently hear that in Barcelona they're squirt gunning tourists. I guess it could be worse. All right, let's make this a little bit tricky. Right hand over our head, left arm is still at 90 degrees. Again, even if you don't have a weight, you can still do this with me. Hopefully you don't have big windows where people can see in and wonder what the heck this person's doing. Let's bring our right arm to 90, left arm up over our head, and back and back. So yeah, that's Scout's day in a nutshell, but we did bring a book, and I think if we have time before we pick Ashley up, let's bring them both right back down to here. We'd like to go to the park, go for a little bit of a walk, read our book. I'm reading it's a really weird book actually. I'm taking a break from all the sciencey books, especially when I have to read research papers, but this book reads like a dissertation. It's called The House of Leaves. It was supposed to be a horror book, and it kind of is, but it's the most strangely written book that I have ever seen. Let's do something really cheeky, as my brother-in-law would say from Wales, something cheeky. We're only gonna do it for a second. We're gonna put our arms up it like this. Hold this out with me. I swear we won't do this for too much longer. 5, 4, 3, 2, all right, back down. So, in this book, it's written from the perspective of a guy that finds a manuscript about a documentary. And so he's narrating what's going on in his life as he's compiling these notes that he found of someone's basically manuscript, which is about a documentary. I know that sounds, maybe one person watching this has actually seen or read The House of Leaves, but it is the weirdest thing I've ever read, but I'm still into it. Arms at 90 degrees. And so the gist is there's a documentary that all these people write about. And in the documentary, this guy finds out that his house is a little bit longer on the outside than it is on the inside. Arms back down. And when he's going through this, the part of the house expands and it's all dark. And they go through explorations of the house. And he sends a crew in to do an exploration of the house, and the inside of the house, the size gets bigger, it gets smaller, and it's all pandemonium. But it's basically a guy narrating his life, and he starts to crumble into insanity from reading this manuscript. That's about a documentary. My God, Scout, I am really boring them today. I'm talking about ratings of bias. I'm talking about a dissertation level manuscript, basically, about a documentary written by someone. It's like 3 stories in one. It's really something. Let's get our arms over our head. I haven't even done a time check in a little while. Would you believe it if we were at 10 minutes? I don't think that we're at 10 minutes. All right, let's get weird. Let's pulse it. Sorry, cheeky, not weird. I did just recently find out. All right, let's put him down here. So we're getting married in the Azores in Portugal, August 2nd, 2025. But I just found out because we need to send them our wedding certificate early. So I just recently found out that I'm getting married 6 months early. So I had to send the marriage certificate in 6 months early. So I was telling everybody I was at a wedding on August 2nd recently. I was telling people that it's my negative -1 year anniversary, but it turns out that was more than 6 months ago. All right, up at 90 degrees. Let's raise our right hand over our head. Right hand back to 90 degrees. Left hand over our head. Scout is over there guarding his ball with ferocity. Oh, and he's sleeping. Let's go back to that super cheeky hold. Hold that with me. Oh my God, how mean would it be if I said, join me in making circles? That would be mean. And change the direction of those circles. This is a hard one. All right, back down. We're plowing through this. We have 3 minutes left. Time flies when you're talking about weird books, risks of bias, getting married 6 months early. But I need, Ashley's family is from the Azores. She needs to get her Portuguese citizenship so that I can get that, so I can retire in the Azores or Lisbon one day. If you've never been to the Azores, I couldn't recommend it enough. After we went there, I said, we should get married here, and she was very happy about that. before I proposed a backyard in Vermont. I love Vermont. I do love Vermont. So, and then Lisbon is my favorite city that I've been to, but who knows? Like I said, we're going to arms at 90 degrees, going to Madrid, Valencia, and then Barcelona soon. So we'll see if I change my mind, but so I live in Boston. Boston's great. Lisbon was just much more alive. Back down like this. There's just things going on all over the place. And I've been working on my Portuguese. It's not great, but I'm getting there. Ashley's mom always tries to teach me arms overhead. Every time I go over there, I learn a new word. Sometimes they teach me inappropriate words, and then they yell at me when I say it, and I tell them I didn't learn those inappropriate words from Rosetta Stone. I learned them from you. Rosetta Stone doesn't teach you bad words. Ashley's family is the one that teaches me bad words. Ooh, let's do a pulse. Let's pulse it out like this. Here we go. We're almost coming to a close. I gotta leave you with something. Let's bring it in like this now. In and out. In and out. We're almost there. Getting to that mark. Ooh, this should burn. This should burn. Keep pulsing. You're not gonna like me. Let's go back to the pulse like this. 3, 2, 1. Back to your side. Oh my goodness, folks. Just to be safe, we're gonna go for at least another 30 seconds. Oh my God. Scout, because this has been constant walking, we have blown through what we did last time when we stopped and did some strength training stuff. We're at 0.35 miles. How many miles are you at right now? -0.3. I'm just giving him a hard time. He's a good guy. He is loving the love that he's getting on the Connect page in Weight Watchers. All right, folks, and just like that, that was about 10 minutes of walking. You probably did at least 0.3 miles. That's awesome. Be proud of yourself. Easy extra, probably about 1,000 steps or at least close to. And let me know if you have any requests for upcoming videos.